All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Vigil team call for April 2nd. Hope you guys didn't get pranked too much yesterday. I got an email from a lead vendor saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have 21-cent leads," and kept looking at it and I was like, "Is this an April Fool's prank?" So I emailed the owner of the company and they're like, "Nope, we're literally doing a 21-cent lead." I said, "Something is up with this. Tell me a little bit more about it." Well, it's going to be $800 a month to manage the campaign. I was like, there's the catch. There's
There's
always a catch.
uh-huh.
But
800
yeah,
$800. Oh,
yeah. So,
OMG.
well, guys, I'm excited that we have Nerissa back today, and she worked out the kinks, and I've got a video for you guys when she's ready. So, hey, that's one of the things about this business, right? We have to learn how to work through the things that happen in this business. So, Nerissa, I'm grateful that you rescheduled with us and you're able to be here. So, I'm going to go ahead and shut up, let you introduce yourself,
Okay.
tell everyone a little bit about you again. That way we have it on the recording, and it's all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Vigil. You are an amazing leader. I really appreciate your servant leadership. I'm honored to be on your call today. Thank you so much for your support, right? That means a lot to me. It goes a long way, right? And I'm going to go ahead. You guys know the leader you have, and if you don't, you need to treasure what you have, right? Because um, he's a phenomenal man. And I had the luxury of meeting him and his wife more in depth at, I think was that long? Where was that? That was in California when we had that.
And Newport.
What, Newport, right? I keep saying, I want to keep say Long Beach, but that's New York. But Newport Beach. I'm on the wrong beach. Newport Beach. That was so much fun. You remember that, Matt? Remember that? That was a lot of fun. So, um, anyway, all things reset. We are gonna um, go into reset. First, I'm going to talk about me. That's my New York, excuse me, Washington State. I said New York. My Washington State license there. This is what I use on my presentations. And um, I've been here in the Pacific Northwest for over 35 years. I've been married for 35 years, so 36 years. I've been here and married with three amazing adult children, and I'm a grandma. And that's where my heart is, my little grandbaby. I got to see him. He's here still. Um, and it's about generational health and wealth. And that's the name of my company and soon to be agency. Look, got some power there, soon to be agency. Look, the king and look, we got some other agencies coming up here. We got, look, the Avila Financial Group. What is that? The financial group that's coming along too. Hey, we're all striving to move on to the next level, right? Um, so I'm gonna first share with you some FIF reset triggers. So why do we do FIF? Why do we do them? So someone who's looking for tax-free retirement in IUL, maybe anyone currently contributing to a retirement account without a match or above and beyond the match, without significant debt or overpayments to debt, that would be a prime candidate for an IUL. Infinite banking concept. You hear people say IBC, anyone with little to no debt and making consistent overpayments to their mortgage. Debt-free life, anyone making consistent overpayments to any of the following consumer debts: credit cards, auto loans, personal loans, student loans, and then annuities, right? These are accounts that are set up. Oftentimes, pensions are based on annuities, right? An annuity, anyone with assets over 20,000 in any retirement or savings account. So these are the triggers, right? These are things that you should look for to, start an FIF, right? So I'm going to go into each one so that you kind of understand them. I'm not going to spend too much time there, but I want you to kind of have a general understanding. I don't want you to ever go in depth. If you're transferring it on to a subject matter expert or filling out an FIF. I don't want you to go into these concepts. This is just for general information, unless you feel very confident about the subject, right? Should you go in depth with them? But it's important for you to just have a general idea of what they are. So let's do the video really quick, Michael, right here.
Okay. If you'll stop your screen share.
If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We move. We keep moving.
Okay,
You're not allowed to go home again, Nerissa. You're not allowed to go home again.
Here we go. Oh, oh, that's funny. Now it doesn't want to. It's just playing the audio now. Give me 1 second. Split second. There it is. Optimize. There we go.
When it comes to retirement planning, there are 3 kinds of people. The guy who doesn't think about or plan for retirement, you don't want to be that guy. The gambler type who feels the only way to grow her money is to risk losing it all in the stock market, and the play it safe type who shudders at the thought of losing a single penny of his savings, even if it means sacrificing any opportunity for that money to grow. For years, retirement planning has been vastly limited to choices that fall on one side of the scale or the other. And so, money-savvy people tend to invest in 2, 3, 14, 50 different products in an attempt to balance the scale. But what if there was a way to capture the upside potential of a risky product and the downside protection of a secure product all in one solution? Well, hold on to your potatoes. Let's talk about IUL. Index Universal Life can harness the best parts of both sides of the financial seesaw. IUL is a form of permanent life insurance that, whoa, hang on. Life insurance has changed in the last 20 years. You know it as something that just pays out when you die. But these days, life insurance can actually be one of the most powerful wealth accumulating vehicles on the market. One huge benefit of IUL is the ability to harness the power of compound interest to potentially generate large amounts of non-taxable cash value within the policy. This cash value can be accessed later in life to fund a happy, healthy, non-taxable retirement. Your IUL's performance directly reflects the performance of the stock market index while implementing a 0% floor and a market cap, usually around 10%. So your cash value participates in the growth of the market up to the cap and sits safely on the sidelines when the market goes down. You forego some of the upside to alleviate all of the downside. So zero is your hero. With IUL, you won't spend a single day of your accrual making up for losses. Pretty cool, right? Well, it gets better. When designed properly, IUL can serve as a retirement vehicle based on a financial chassis of life insurance protection. And because of IRS tax code exemptions for life insurance, your cash value can create a tax-advantaged way to generate more income in retirement. That's something your 401k or IRA simply can't offer. So what might an IUL look like for you? Let's talk specifics. Larry here is in decent health, a non-smoker, and contributes $500 a month to his IUL starting at age 35. This contribution is conservatively projected to generate $500,000 of cash value by the time Larry retires at age 65. If he chooses to, Larry can turn on a non-taxable income stream from his IUL, giving him $60,000 of income per year to supplement his retirement. And the longer he waits to access this money, the larger it can grow. That death benefit is even accessible when Larry's still living if he suffers a critical, chronic, or terminal illness. So if Larry gets sick, he's covered. If he dies unexpectedly, his family is covered. And if neither of those things happen, the money Larry's paid into his IUL over the years can fund a happy, healthy, tax-advantaged retirement. Assuming Larry lives to age 90, he will have contributed a total of $186,000 into his IUL, drawn out $1.5 million in non-taxable retirement income, and still leave behind a very sizable tax-free death benefit for his heirs.
Thank you. I needed some technical support. I love it.
You got it.
That is an awesome video, guys. It really explains that whole tax-free and IUL environment. And we're just going to continue to kind of just look at what that's all about here. So what is an IUL? He kind of just talked about it just for a recap. It's a retirement plan. Some call it pension disguised in a life insurance policy. Retirement vehicle that comes with a death benefit. Think of an IUL as a Roth IRA married to a permanent life policy. And it's based on section 72E and 7702 of the IRS code. So let's compare, right? The video kind of talked about this, right? The death benefit, what does it have here? It has an enhanced death benefit, minus the taxes. It has market growth participation with downside protection, so less not subject to the market volatility like a 457, 401k, 403b, all the fours, right? Look, all those fours, right? 100% tax free. It has to stay in force, right? And that's another thing with the IUL. You have to manage it. It's something that does need to be managed, right, over time. Because if it isn't funded properly, it'll go away. And that's really, really important with how you instruct your clients to make their premium payments, right? Tax is not subject to the tax rate. And then, just it's safeguards, right? So it's just really a cool vehicle. And this kind of illustrates that. What are the biggest investment purchases in life? So let's look at that. Our house, right? Our car, our health is, got to pay towards that. Education, retirement, our family and income. Those are where a lot of our resources go, right? We invest in those, but what do we do? We have homeowners insurance, right? We protect that. We have car insurance. We protect that. Health insurance. And then we try to go to the gym, work out, go to Whole Foods, right? Try to do all that to stay healthy. Here's how we can protect and invest in our futures with an IUL, life insurance. So I love that illustration because it really shows you, you should do it for all those things. So that's IUL. And we'll open it up for questions at the end, right? So let's talk about infinite banking. So it's a unique strategy to create personal wealth and fund your future. So IBC, it's infinite banking concept is what you always hear. How does it work? You have a tax-free policy loans allowing an individual to fund their future liabilities with a whole life participating product. It's flexible, liquid, and there's control. Future asset purchases like rental properties, vehicle purchases, child's education. And I like to add in here because this can be used for like someone who wants to, I'm afraid that I might lose my job in the next 6 months or in the next year or so, and I want to put money away, right? This is a great vehicle for that. And I often have people asking about that. What does it solve? What problem does it solve? Inflation is part of outpacing increase in income. Where do we find the funds for major purchases made in the future? Increased costs of goods and services. We're feeling that pinch, right? and borrowing has become more expensive as the interest rates soar. So you can kind of control that with infinite banking. Okay, debt-free life. What's that? Okay, we're going to just pop to each one, okay, so that you have a clear understanding. Pay off debts and achieve your financial goals. Here, the problem, do you know how much money you spend? Can anybody say, do you know how much exact money you spent last month? Does anybody know? Can anybody put it in the chat? We're not really good. Oh, look, Avila has a spreadsheet. He's pulling it up right now. Avi, I already know. Okay, I didn't mean it. You don't have to put it in chat. But that's a challenge for us as Americans. What percentage of Americans do you think know how much money we spent last month? So here's a graph. It tells you. So 35% know and 65% don't know exactly, right? Which generation is most likely to know how much they spend each month? Can anybody put that in the chat?
Boomers.
Gen X. What do you think?
Boomers.
Who?
Boomers.
Boomers? You think? Yeah. Who else? Yeah. Unmute and yell it out or put it in the chat. Okay, you got it in there.
Baby boomers.
You said boomers?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You can have the video because your boss has it. Look, your agency owner has it. He's got it. And I purposely going to share that video because I love that video. Okay, so the answer is, you got it right, the boomers. Some of us are just outside of the boomers category. I think I'm the oldest one on the call. I'm just saying, look. All right, so I'm right up in here. So this group has got it all together, and we can learn a couple of things from them, right? A lot of them, that's where a lot of the money is on the table, guys, is with the boomers, right? But right here, we can capture a couple of different markets that really need help. Why do so many people fail at financial planning? Anybody? What, Brenda? What was it?
Lack of
What?
knowledge, lack of
Yeah.
knowledge, guidance.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. 70%, they have no financial plan in place. They just don't have a plan. And so what we need to be their coach and help them achieve financial freedom, right? That's what I am, a financial coach. Look, that's what we all need to be as financial coaches, right? So we all know Social Security is hurting. I had a lady who works for Social Security on yesterday looking into IULs, okay? I said, you of all people know that this, it's projected that this is the year I'm supposed to retire. There will only be enough funding to pay for 75% of the benefits that all retirees will need to take to, 25% reduction. We'll have to take a 25% reduction in benefits. The Medicare is projected that in 2026, the Medicare program will be insolvent. So just the programs that are there are not, so we need to have another stream of income, other streams of income, right? And so that's where we come in, and many people need that. So the solution must begin with a passion for helping others. All it takes is a simple conversation. Professional question askers is what we should be, right? Successful financial and retirement planning starts with setting goals, short, intermediate, and long-term. Everything difficult in life requires teamwork to achieve. We just talked about that. And that includes financial freedom. So that's where we come in, right? We may not be an expert in any one of these topics, but we do have a SME to kind of coach us and walk us through. What if I could show you how to get out of debt? Here's the questions we need to ask. Build wealth without spending any additional money. What would your life be like if you were able to accomplish this, right? That's going to make your client think. If your mortgage and other debts were paid off, would your retirement be more comfortable? Who is your client? The target market and minimum qualifications, a mortgage with 3 pieces of consumer debt or 5 pieces of consumer debt with no mortgage. So the IBC is a whole life participating, and so is this, right? But the IBC doesn't necessarily have the debts tied to it. And the DFL, debt-free life, does. Okay, let's talk annuities. There's 3 types of agents. This is important. Agents who never have written an annuity, agents who are annuity certified, and annuity reset certified agents. So there's different types of agents as it relates to writing annuities. If you don't know and you need help, you just need to connect with a SME, right? So it's a, it's a shared opportunity to earn as you learn. So if you want to learn how to write this, you get shared commission is paid tuition, right? 40% of the commission split for reset agents. SFG is contracted with a license only agent with the carriers, so commissions are paid to SFG and then distributed to the individual agents listed on the contracted and up. That really is just a lot of words, but we'll keep going here. So the agent who are annuity certified, they will write the annuity products. So you have to be certified. Won't receive reset from other agents. Must complete state requirements to sell annuities. Before I went, the other day I went with Michael. We were we traveled together. We went. Well, he traveled from where he was. Actually, he's in North Carolina, so he just drove, and I traveled from across the country. But we were there, and we both went through that training. And so that's a really comprehensive training, right? That we have to take. You all have to take if you want to become a certified, a certified to write annuities on your own. That's why you need the SME. There's products written through Advisors Excel. Matt's been through this as well. He's a resetting agent, resetting a SME. And so 60% of commissions are split for the resets to the ARC. And to be annuity certified, you have to do the Quality U, to become an ARC, you have to do the annuity certification through Quality U, complete the contracting with Advisors Excel, have 5 to 10 successful annuity resets with an ARC and place production, learn the Advisors Excel process, and attend the boot camp. So there's a lot to it, right? You're handling people's 401ks, their life savings. So that's why I just kind of wanted to go into this. It takes a lot to make this happen. And so moving right along, I want to go into the resetting, the benefits of resetting and why. You get stickier business, your business stays on the books, and it is a professional process, establishes more logical and emotional need in the life of the sale, additional value to the client, allows a client to see more value in the brand offered more products and solutions. It's passive income. Who doesn't like passive income? I'm saying. Provide income to the resetting agents and free leads. Proper edification provides free leads to the subject matter expert. And earn as you learn. It provides that environment for agents wanting to be certified agents. Okay. What is the reset defined? So an FIF, so financial information form. I don't know how many text messages I have gotten that says, Nerissa, what really is an FIF, right? I've gotten so many of those messages. Well, this is what it is. The financial information form is a tool used by agents to assess clients' insurance needs and identify potential solutions. You pull it up, you have your own. Like I have an appointment that I'm going to use the FIF tool to use today because I am identifying, it doesn't matter if I'm going to utilize a subject matter expert, you can use this tool on every call, okay? An FIF reset, when the resetting agent uses the FIF form to identify additional solutions, creates an appointment with an advanced market skilled agent, a SME, and results in a commission split on the NAP. A general rule of thumb is 60-40 split. So 60 for the SME, 40 for the resetting agent. Subject matter expert, or SME, is an AO approved agent who has completed the certification in Quality U and possesses a knowledge in their specific advanced market concept to sell and receive FIF reset opportunities. And so you have to do, you know, if you're a new agent interested in becoming a SME, it's recommended that you attend 5 to 10 virtual ride-alongs. So you need to get that expert advice, right? Get some people who've done some of this stuff and have them do it with you, right? So fully understand this concept before working independently. Sell the insurance. Use the FIF as a due diligence to find the best product. The FIF is you, the agent, taking the client through the journey to examine their finances and find them the best coverage at the best price. The FIF process allows you to do your due diligence as a financial professional. You're that coach, right? You're that part of the team that makes this work to build rapport through the sales process. The reset for a SME after the sales presentation, so you're taking them through the sales presentation, should be done regardless if it was a sale or no sale. And oftentimes the no sale is the people that you want, because you're not really meeting their need there. You should be asking questions to discover what their need might be. And by pulling up, you'll identify some money by doing that FIF. In many cases, those no sales are huge. When do you do it? And when do you do an FIF, and when do you do a reset? Triggers and spidey senses. Well, I did the spidey senses at the beginning. Easy reset override, right? You can hit that button. So at the bottom, you'll see that reset button, right? If your mortgage and other debts were paid off, would your retirement be more comfortable for you? Do you know how long the next market downturn will delay your retirement, right? Do you feel like taxes are going to go up or down? We all know they're going to go up, right? Or stay the same in the future, right? So you can put yourselves and you can hit that easy reset button really quickly and get with the SME to come up with some solutions for this particular individual. Giving yourself permission to proceed. In the role and purpose, after you qualify the person physically, you must qualify them financially. That just basically is kind of how you want to say it. You know, tell the client, I need to ask you some questions to find the best coverage for you and your family. Are you okay with that? And you can say that in order to qualify you, I have to qualify you physically as well as financially. And then you just kind of get permission to walk through the process with them. And you all are very familiar with the verification screen, this one in the presentation. It has the health part and it has the financial, right? And in my slides, I actually put this as this is where I actually introduced the FIF. And I have a link here that I can just hit and I can go right into onto my HQ and go right into my FIF. And then start gathering the information. And I always want to put Smith here because that's an easy person to remember, right? Pull up my Smith, or on the left side. So you don't have a Smith and it's a new person, add the new referral lead right here to the right. Okay. Say I don't have it. You just enter that information in there quickly, right? Some people do this before the call, right? So you're prepped and ready to go. So you don't have to worry about that, right? So I put the Smith in there. This is one of my clients that I'll be meeting this week, hopefully. right? So you add in the mortgage information, right? You add in their rental information, right? Their vacation property information, right? You add in, this is a great time to find out if they have, what other insurance they have and all of what they have with that, if you haven't already asked that information. Any additional assets. Oh yeah, what about, that 401k, that, did you have any from an old employer, right? That you have forgotten about. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I do have something at Fidelity. I keep getting that statement every couple of months. That'll come out here, right? And it might be like 50,000 or 24,000 or whatever. It's still some money that you've identified and you brought onto the table. And then you just add in the income for the first and second client, and then you just do, generally their monthly expenses here, right? That's really simple. And save it. You can hit the results. And then there's a confirmation button at the end of this that you need to make sure that you hit. And if you don't hit it, it doesn't get to the subject matter expert. Okay? And then you take notes. So if you've already sold them an SBLI, you finish the sale, you want to say, oh, he had whatever they have, if it's any situation that they have going on, you want to document it here. That's noteworthy, that would be needed for another application. Okay. It has 2 daughters looking for an IUL. I mean, I don't know. I write so many IULs for twins these days. I don't know. But, just write that information right in there. If you have the daughters' names and dates of birth, that's perfect, because you maybe had to put it on as the beneficiary. So let's go back to the presentation here. Let's see, I was right there. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. So we already did that one, but when the agent changes, but the client stays the same, that's the reset. The referral is when the client changes, but the agent stays the same, right? And so you're like, okay, Nerissa, I want to be, I need to know what I need to do as a new agent. Well, you need to take your e-courses, right? You need to go into Quality U and do your e-courses. Reset 101 is priority, right? There's a call. There's a FIF training in here that you need to take. And then you need to be on the calls during the week. So you understand the process, right? And then they have role playing, and they in practice on HQ. There is at the bottom of the training, you can see that on there. And then complete the advanced certification courses on Quality U. And if you say you want to become a subject matter expert, so you need to complete the online certification and have the advanced software subscription. I believe it's $150 a month right now. IBC, Infinite Banking Concept, complete the online certification course. The IUL, complete that course as well. And then annuities, we already talked about that, and you have to attend a boot camp. It's a little bit more in depth, right? And then you have to do some ride-alongs. With that being said, guys, that's my presentation in a nutshell. But I want to know if I have any questions from you guys, because it's really important that you guys are utilizing. You've got amazing people on your team that can help you. Every call that you take, you should be looking for these little triggers, right? And asking the questions that need to be asked.
So I have a question, Nerissa. So like for when that first slide that you showed, like the difference between IUL, IBC, DFL, a lot of the common word I'm seeing is overpayments. So if you have a client that doesn't have funding for overpayment, but it's just doing the bare minimum, is that still a potential for any one of those, or it's more of the concept of them being able to do the overpayments of things?
They have to have the budget for, DFL, to be quite honest, because they can't fund the vehicle, right? But we can identify some money sometimes in other places. So that maybe you may not realize that there's money. Maybe there's a match that they're doing and they're going too high on their match on their 401k. And then we can pull out some opportunities. And then we will, as a SME, dive deeper in that to find those dollars. It's better when they have overpayments.
Okay.
It's better when they have overpayments. It flows better when they have overpayments, but it's not necessarily the only way to fund it.
Okay. So if they're not doing any overpayments, it's not like they're ex-nade from opportunity on it, which is it's a matter of digging in to find other resources and other, like
Yeah.
you said,
Yeah,
funding
if they're
somewhere
not
else.
contributing to their 401k and they just have enough to barely make it by, then maybe no, that's not a good candidate. But if they're contributing to their 401k and you think they might be doing a little bit more than what the match is, or they have some other money, might have rental properties, so there may be some other options there. So yeah, use that wisdom, because if you send, it may be a waste of time in many cases if you send someone that doesn't have it, but you may not know in some cases. So better to err on the side of, he has some rental properties. I think there may be an opportunity, and he's funding his 401k. Either we might find something there.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's a great question. Anybody else?
This was great, Marissa. This was awesome. This was exactly like the breakdown. I think with everybody saying ask questions, do the FIF. Like I was even just kind of doing the FIF on myself,
Yeah.
To practice it just now. And it's just something that I think we say we're gonna do, but we don't do it,
Yeah.
So if you practice on yourself with that FIF, it's gonna be much easier and more of a conversation instead
Yeah.
of just a script when you're with that client. And just asking, that question of, would retirement look better if you didn't have debt? We know that,
Right.
yes, so let's put a plan together. And
Yeah.
it's just asking those questions, you're already on the phone with them, which is the hardest part.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it right there, and then asking the right questions, right? Because I one gentleman at our training, he didn't like the technical side, and maybe that's you. Maybe you just don't like that. Oh, Nerissa, what the heck? You went to the other thing. I can't look. Oh my God. There's a printed FIF form, right? On HQ, print it off, write it out, right? Enter the information quickly after you deal with the, you know what I mean? But ask the question. You don't have to do it on the system here. You can do a written one if that flows better for you. So don't let technology stop you. Look, I didn't, I came back. Look, I came back. Look, this time we can't. We got to move forward. So, and the one person who is using the paper, he's the highest producing DFL agent. So I don't care. It doesn't matter. Use the paper, use the screen, just do it is the key, right? And you can do it on every call, every time. So that's the key. That's the difference. In the past, we've just been like, oh, if I hear, maybe, just do it, because you won't discover anything if you don't do it. The discovery comes in the work and getting it done. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Sound good?
Thank you, Nerissa.
Thank you guys for having me. I really, really enjoyed being here today.
Thank you again, Nerissa. I do appreciate it.
Okay, you guys take care, okay? I'll talk to you
Bye.
soon.
Thanks, Nerissa.
All right. All right, guys. Any other questions?
I think it's really just understanding what to ask, and she broke it down so good. And then learning alongside of somebody and not just throwing out names,
Correct.
of like, hey, you need an IUL, hey, you need infinite banking, hey, you need debt-free life. I think it's more of just targeting their need and saying this vehicle is going to fit you better for your need. Instead of, because otherwise if you throw names out there, they're going to just Google, on their own time, any excuse to not do anything new that they haven't heard of.
Yep. Yeah, and then they get very confused.
Exactly.
Cool.
All right, guys. Well, if there's no more questions, we'll end our call a little early today. The breakout rooms are open. Screen share is available for anyone if you guys need it. So I'll get this uploaded as quickly as possible, and I will also get Nerissa's presentation and get that uploaded into the Google Drive as well. So the video is there. It's in the iPhone format and the MP4 format. So if you guys have trouble downloading it, just reach out. All right.
Cool.
Can you post the Google Drive link again, or where do we go to find that?
Yeah, it's in WhatsApp. It should be pinned in WhatsApp. And if it's not, I'll go and highlight it. And I don't know if you guys know this, but you can do the web version of WhatsApp. So like if you're like me and you hate being on your phone all day, because that's what we do, right? We're always on our phone. There is a web version of it and it syncs from your phone. So you'll have to take your phone, take a picture of the QR code when it pulls up, and but you can have it up there. So that's how I've been doing it. Then I downloaded the Messenger app as well, so I can just do things. I don't have a Mac. Well, I do have a Mac, but it's on the other computer. I use that one for the virtual success office. But yeah, it just helps try to stay off your phone because I'm trying to limit the time I spend on my phone.
I don't see it on here, Michael, but that doesn't mean much on my end of things. Is
Let me,
it just under the master agency one?
Yeah, and if you click on like the link on or on the little Quigley, right? So if you click on the Quigley, you'll be able to see like media links and docs. Let me show you.
Ah.
Yep.
Links, Zoom rooms, docs.
I'll go through and I'll repin it again.
Automation rebuttal. Media.
Oh, there it is. And I'll just give it a. Come on. My WhatsApp is being slow on the computer right now. It's probably because I'm sharing.
Messages.
But I'll bring it to the forefront for you guys. The last time I shared it was on February 1st. There we go. And there we go.
Perfect. And I think I should get started. Got it. And then what was the Google, like the computer version of this? Because I'm the same, like I hate having to check my phone.
I'll
Do you know
just
what
post.
the
I'll post the link right here for you. Post it in the chat.
sweet.
Yeah, that's how I do. I do Slack that way. I do the WhatsApp that way.
Yeah, especially
Messenger.
because I have like because I'm Mackie and so I can do my texting. So I have like my little text box up there, so it's easier. So yeah, if it pops up it's easier just to look at it real quick to know if it's dire
Yep.
emergency or not. So that's helpful. Cool.
Yeah, when this laptop's done, I'll get a Pro for myself. I bought Caleb one. I bought Julia one. I have not bought myself a new computer since 2017, but I paid. How much did I pay for this computer, Avila? $5,400 because that's what Northwestern charged me.
Yeah, man, and that's old. That's that touchscreen one, huh?
Mm-hmm. But it's
Okay.
still trucking.
Man, that's.
I mean, if it's one of those things, if it's not fixed or don't fix it if it's not broke or whatever that goes.
Yeah, well, I had a 5-year warranty on it too. So I mean, they fixed and did a few things. I've had to replace the battery 3 times. This last time I bought a extended pack one, and I mean, I can go for 2 days without having to plug it in, unless I'm on Zoom, of course. If I'm on Zoom, then it just kills it. I
Yeah,
do everything telesales for the most part.
cool.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you all being on today, and I'll get
No
this
problem.
uploaded as quickly as I can.
Cool.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Awesome.